Hello, everybody, and welcome into another week of the CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Quaglia, sitting here with Marv, Ezhan and Mike Molyneaux, per usual. All right, first football game out of the way. First football weekend done Sunday. Let me tell you, beautiful. What a day. Sit down 1 o'clock, just watch football from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 11:30. We just went through an entire summer of the Red Sox sucking, although the Red Sox did do a giant news dump directly after uh, the Patriots win last night. So that was a little poor timing on the Red Sox part, or good timing, depending on how you look at it. The Patriots back in action. The big news, though, they did beat the Steelers, of course, week one, Sunday Night Football. But the bigger news that came out of the weekend dropped on us suddenly, middle of the afternoon. People were joking about it once Antonio Brown got released from the Raiders. The Patriots picked up Antonio Brown after he shot his way out of town. I was going to say legitimately shot his way out of town, but it basically was. He legitimately shot his way out of town. I wrote out everything that this guy has done since December, so bear with me here. Antonio Brown and Big Ben get into a heated dispute where Brown threw a football at Big Ben. This was before week 17. AB then skipped the week's remaining practices, and he then did not play in the crucial week 17 game against the Bengals. They listed him as hurt. He was not hurt. They then missed the postseason. With the Raiders, he tries to sneak in his old helmet onto the field after the league's new helmet policies. Midsummer frostbite from cryotherapy. Cryotherapy, is that right? Frostbitten feet. They were disgusting. AB and Mike Mayock get into it at practice. Antonio Brown calls him a cracker. Apparently, he had to be held back too. Uh, we have that phone conversation. He's suspended. There's so much here. He's suspended by the team. Gonna miss week one. Then John Gruden's like, nope, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna play week one. Then Antonio Brown posts a video with John Gruden's voicemail obtained illegally. Of course, John Gruden apparently didn't care. But I also then heard that he actually gave permission from the Dan Le Batard show on ESPN. And then everything seems fine. Next day, apparently not fine. He says, release me. Raiders release him. Everybody's joking. Oh, here comes Bill Belichick. The Patriots end up signing him. So now we are here. So, guys, Antonio Brown, is he going to be a risk for this team? Is he going to be a risk for a team who, from what we saw against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they don't really need him? So is it worth really bringing him in? And again, is he any risk at all for the Patriots? So after that lengthy introduction, Michael, kick it off with you.
There's no risk here at all. You're talking about the New England Patriots, who have a history of taking chances on troubled players. I know a lot of people are quick to make the connection or assumption that it's similar to the Randy Moss situation. The Patriots acquired him back in 2007. The Patriots look at this guy and everything he's done. They see the talent. They see first and foremost the talent that Antonio Brown possesses. Obviously the stuff you just listed off, Nick, all of that's there. But the Patriots, I think, have this idea that when you bring somebody into their organization, when you bring somebody into that locker room, when you bring somebody under that, Kraft Belichick umbrella, I don't want to say they'll buckle to the system, but like they believe that they can get any player and really just have them be the best possible football player they can be for the organization, for the team to be successful. And that's what they feel here with Antonio Brown. They feel like despite all of that extra stuff with him, once he's a part of the team, once he's in the locker room with Brady and Edelman and some of these other guys who are veteran guys who've been around the team, Belichick and the coaching staff, once he's around them, they'll just get Antonio Brown, the one of the top wide receivers in the league over the past several seasons. They'll just get that guy, and he can be a huge part of the organization. Now, if he thinks Antonio Brown, which a lot of people feel this way, if Antonio Brown thinks he's above the Belichick the Patriot way, and he's above everything that the Patriots do as a winning franchise and winning organization, they won't hesitate to cut his ass.
Do you
And
put that past him, though? Because most people
I
wouldn't
don't.
do that. But do you put that past Antonio Brown from what we've seen?
Antonio Brown is a different kind of cat. He
Yeah.
Something's going on up there, and I mean, I don't know what the Patriots can serve up to that guy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to try to fix that, but there's something up. and it remains to be seen over these next couple of weeks how it unfolds. He's not going to be this guy on social media putting videos of the Patriots behind the scenes. He can't be that in New England. So if he thinks he's above that and wants to go out and Belichick's not having any of that, and I think they'll be perfectly fine if they say, "Hey, Antonio Brown, we gave you a chance and it's not working out. See ya." Because as we saw Sunday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Antonio Brown or not, the Patriots will be just fine.
All right, so I also forgot to read off the contract because again, that was a very lengthy introduction because that is how much this guy has done since December. I don't think anybody realized how crazy this guy was. I think we understood that he was a little bit of a diva because after the Facebook video in the locker room, which was crazy. Imagine doing that in a Bill Belichick locker room.
Oh, you're gone.
Never.
Your phone would be lit on fire by the end of the night just for doing that. His contract situation with the team. It's a 1-year deal, $10 million guaranteed, including $500,000 in per game active bonuses and $4.5 million in incentives, which apparently, according to Spot Track, it is, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Excuse me if I pronounce that wrong. According to Spot Track, $4.5 million incentives that are going to be pretty tough to reach. But Marv, before we jump over to you guys, the Patriots Roundtable is powered by betonline.ag. Head over to betonline.ag and use promo code CLNS50 for that welcome bonus. All right, Marv, I mean, what do you think here with this guy?
I mean, Mike said it perfectly. I don't think there's a risk at all. And before I continue, one thing that needs to stop today and never be said again, let's not compare the situation to Randy Moss's situation. AB and Randy Moss, they're nowhere near each other. Randy Moss
I mean, people forget Randy Moss was tough before he came over to New England.
Tapped. I don't think Randy Moss was tapped like AB.
Randy Moss
No,
was
AB, Mike, you said he's a different cat. He's
Randy Moss was immature. We all get that. But AB, this is a whole nother atmosphere I've never seen. To the point, there's been times I've been really serious, not making a joke, asking myself, is everything okay with his mental health? Because some things just don't make sense whatsoever. I've never had thought come that thought come across my mind when I thought about Randy Moss. So let's stop that comparison, please, right away. But speaking of AB, there's no risk due due to the money. You're what are you doing? You're paying him 9 to 10 million straight up guaranteed, and it's going to be what I've been reading. He's gonna have to earn that week by week. You know, it's gonna be something. He's on a week by week basis. If he messes up any week, it's over. He's gone. Gets cut off the loop, and Patriots move on. We saw this past Sunday with just Edelman and Josh Gordon. They were fine. You add AB, and of course you want to bring a guy who's possibly the best wide receiver, the most talented wide receiver that Tom Brady might have ever played with. It just adds on to everything that this Patriots team has been doing. There's no risk whatsoever bringing AB. If he's bad, like Mike says, he gets cut loose, and the Patriots will still be great because this team, what we saw Sunday night, is incredible.
Yeah, and see that's the key right there. And in a lot of this conversation also kind of sparked up last night after we saw what the Patriots offense can do. Because I mean, make no mistake, the Steelers defense, it's not a piss poor defense. That's a team last year that led the league in sacks. That is a team that puts pressure on the quarterback. Offensive line looked great all the way around. We're not here to break down the game, but this team looked like they don't really need Antonio Brown, which should scare the piss out of the rest of the NFL.
Yeah.
This team is going to get Antonio Brown added to this roster. And if he can conform, if he can do what Randy Moss did and fall into the Patriot way and change his ways, then yeah, this is going to be a high reward. Again, you don't really need him. Josh Gordon, again, looks like he's never missed a game. This guy still looks incredible. Julian Edelman looked great last night. All the way around, the receiving core looked very solid. You're just adding Antonio Brown into that. But it's tough for me to say that there's no risk at all. The money is pretty cheap. It's a $5.9 million cap hit. And you guys are right. He acts up good. Get him out of here. Just dump him. That's what they will do. And the Patriot way is very difficult to pierce in the locker room. But Mike, you said it again. This guy is a different kind of cat. He's a special kind of a-hole. I don't know if I don't know if he could penetrate the locker room's chemistry quickly. I don't know if he could affect these young guys as they enter the league. And Bill, if he sees any of this happening, is going to boot him out quick. But this guy he can Bill to start cutting people off there. And Antonio Brown, different case. He's going to be very easy to cut. But it's just this guy's attitude and what we've seen him do this is everything that I read in the beginning of this show. It's just since January or December. It's September of the same exact year. This guy has done so much bull crap for these however many months. 9 months it's been. September the 9th month, I think it is. He worries me. He's all into the Patriot way, which a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, Bill Belichick's got a special kind of way about making these guys work out fine. And AB seems like he really wants to be here. Double check the spelling on Foxborough, Antonio Brown, before you post anything to social media, because that's a brutal blunder to post up there. In a pile of money, okay. But Antonio Brown, special kind of a-hole. I just worry about what he could do to the chemistry in the locker room.
I think the chemistry is too strong. They built something this is something that's been going on for 20 years now. Like the biggest scandal drama that the Patriots had when it involved the player was between Belichick, Brady, and Robert Kraft, which was a couple years ago. It didn't even touch the other players. You know what I'm saying? They still made it to the Super Bowl that year. I don't think one person, even as crazy as AB could be, can go in there and just start sabotaging everything like that. There's some veteran leadership on this team. And one, they're going to try to go out their way to help AB. And then second, if he doesn't want to receive that help, he'll be gone.
Yeah, they won't hesitate to get him off the team if that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, but the key with this team, though, and this is more of, I think this worries me the most. The key to this team is no distractions, focus on football. If you do end up having to cut Antonio Brown, that means he did something distraction worthy. And this guy's not going to go quietly. He's not just going to get cut and then just disappear into the night. He's going to be all over ESPN, ripping the Patriots. He's going to be all over. He will become a distraction even if the Patriots do cut him.
The thing is,
what year does the Patriots don't have distractions? Whether it's Deflategate, Spygate, there's always something that
I'm telling you though, this guy after what we've seen from 9 months, he worries me.
The thing is, I mean, we're talking about the risk. Is the high risk for the Patriots to have him? If Antonio Brown can't make it work on the New England Patriots, he might not find himself on another football team. You can't butcher your image even more as a player on the New England Patriots because they push you to be as perfect as you could possibly be. If he ruins that for himself, then all hope is lost for that guy.
For sure.